Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Letter. Last episode we had a great time. Might be a contender for a best episode, single episode. Lots of CGs, some spooky stuff, some fun bad story. Mainly a lot of CGs. It was a great time. How am I doing? I'm doing fine. Not good in soccer today. So it's just CPL. Tomorrow's the freaking start of the Gold Cup. Come on, let's go. Even though it won't be by the time you see this. Any horror banter though? Oh dude, of course there's horror banter. I just watched a horror movie like a couple hours ago. I watched the classic Korean movie called The Whispering Corridors, which I didn't know about until today. And it has like like a movie series with 5 movies. First one, not great. It's definitely a slow burn, which I like slow burns, but the ending was just like not for me. The vibe of the movie was okay, but yeah, it's not a great movie. I'll still probably check out the other ones, but yeah, not my favorite Korean horror movie so far. But if the other ones are literally the best thing ever, never know, I guess. Anyways, that's all I got. Right, dude. Recently, every time we stop, it feels like we're stopping right before a spooky scene because we're going up to the attic. I don't even know how to summarize last episode. Basically, we got the Marianne bat story. Her friend committed suicide after Marianne rejected her because she was scared about the social implications of a lesbian relationship. We got some spooky stuff with the friend. We got that like how she keeps comparing Hana to her, and there's like a creepy dream CG that was really good. Um, but yeah, we're still renovating the house and find out that Luke put a box of pots and knives to the attic. So we're going there. We haven't been to the attic since like literally the first episode where Isabella first found the letter. So uh, I mean technically like nowhere is safe from the curse, but this is might be a hot spot. But yeah, let's continue on, I guess. Why even bring a box of pots and knives to the attic? That man is ridiculous. There's probably no point in making sense of what he does if he does them just because he can. At least it turns out that I don't have to make it all the way up to the attic. The mover, probably Mr. Wright's orders, left the box on the stairs. Okay.
At least it's not that heavy.
Then something spooky is gonna come from the attic. I managed to hoist it up without too much effort. Well, my idea that maybe Mr. Wright, Mr. Luke, was putting knives in the attic for a more sinister reason is not real, because he didn't actually bring it to the attic, and it was actually just a mistake. I managed to hoist it up without too much effort, but the time it takes for me to do that is not enough for me to overhear an odd conversation I could never in my life imagine come from a couple like the Wrights. Ooh.
Why, if you're not careful, I might go a bit loopy and I'll start bringing cats home.
I remember this, I think.
And soon enough, one day you'll find yourself going home to a farm just filled with felines that follow you everywhere.
Talking about the baby stuff, right?
Oh, don't bluff. The things would shred up your precious furniture. Besides, you don't even like cats.
True. Dogs are
Ooh.
superior, of course.
Marianne's a cat person.
But what about the wet dog smell? The mess. I'm not cleaning up after a mutt, no matter how cute. If you think about it, a cat would be better.
For once, I'll have to agree with Whiskey on this one, though I can live with Miss Wright being a dog person. But as amusing as the conversation might get, I really shouldn't be caught eavesdropping or slacking off on the job. Dude, I'm actually just relieved that we didn't go to the attic, because scare averted for now. At most, I should be looking at ways of possibly soundproofing certain rooms. Perhaps bringing it up if they don't realize the lack of it. I really should. Ha ha ha. But you know me. Hehehehe. Oh, it literally fucked our relationship a bit. No! I was joking. How would they know? Oh, because we'll probably mention it in the future. God damn it. So we're back to the start with Luke. Hana's is still good. Dude. I feel like we're not gonna be able to match any relationship bar. It's freaking doomed. I don't usually care for private affairs of my clients. God damn it. But to be honest, I'm kind of a nosy person, so I would personally listen to the conversation. As I consider if I should look a little longer, I miss what else was said. All I know is that the topic has somehow moved on from pets to children. Peepee and Marianne.
I wasn't being serious.
It's not something you take the piss out of. Having a kid is a big responsibility, Hannah. We've talked about this, haven't we? I'm not ready to be a parent. I'd probably end up killing the little brat by the week's end.
At least he's self-conscious about it. The regret sinks in fast. Why can't I just keep to myself and mind my own business like I usually do, of all the times to be curious? Lorraine, bless her soul, once told me that there are 3 things I shouldn't do unless I want to be on the shit list of the social elites. First, don't mess with their livelihood. Whatever business they have made, that have made them, and keeps them rich is something they need to protect. Whether it's some multi-million company or some sort of state secret, they keep that close to their chest. Businesses that challenge legal matters and moral issues aside, unless they profited from criminal conduct, it's best to steer away and avoid being their competition. Second, don't mess with their affairs, especially the married sort. It's messy business just to even gossip about. And worst, to actually be the other woman. I'm towing the line with this rule as it is because of whiskey. And the third thing?
Of all the times to be as sharp as a beach ball and as slow as a sloth, Marianne.
Well, the third thing rings true for just about anyone, really. Don't mess with their family. Of course, she used the word mess quite loosely. And I think what I'm doing now falls under the multiple definitions it could take. Listening to this, something so undoubtedly private is a great way to get in trouble. Okay, you're scolding me. I'm convinced. I'm sorry. If this wasn't me going Iron Man mode, I would take it back. But you know me. Choices matter.
Kylie likes you well enough.
Yes, well, is Kylie. The type likes everybody, and on the off chance she doesn't, likes them well enough as long as they buy her sweets. And sure, that kid is great, but if I get tired of her, I can ship her back to her father at the end of the day. Having kids of our own will be a whole different monster entirely.
I think you'll be a great father.
I walk away as far and as fast as I can while still carrying the box until I'm a good distance off in the foyer. I even risked my neck, taking the steps down 2 at a time before quickly handing off the kitchenware to Johannes.
You really shouldn't run down those stairs. You might slip and break your neck. And that isn't a pretty way to go.
I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Wouldn't want anything to happen to my pretty neck. Why do you think I wear a scarf?
Because they're comfortable? Other than that, they're still serious choking hazards. You might be wearing your own noose.
But they look good though.
Cut the morbid stuff and let's get these things where they belong.
My kitchen, my rules. If you have somewhere else to go, which I'm sure you have, you may leave the area to me.
Well, I still have to check a few things there, if you don't mind.
How many times do you need to check every room?
Better safe than sorry.
Are you sure you're not just looking for the secret recipe of my Kirby soup? Because I'll have you know, it is all in my head.
You know I'm gonna attempt to Google that. Herb e soupe. Even though he said soup. But I already forgot. Curb e soupe. God. Oh, it's pumpkin soup, dude. I've had to add pumpkin soup once. I like pumpkin. Seeds, pie. Though the pie has to be good. Like I bought a frozen pumpkin pie once and it was kind of mediocre. Yeah, pumpkin's a good vegetable.
I like to be thorough with my work. I'm sure you understand.
Not the cellar and the mirrors in there, bro. Uh-oh. He shreds as we enter the kitchen. Johannes, you want to come down with me? The box is quickly placed on one of the countertops and he sets to work quietly. Occasionally, he would ask me to take one thing or another and just place it someplace else. But for the most part, I'm left thinking about what I just heard. The talk of children and Mrs. Rice's insistence on getting that room. Could it be? Dude, she's putting it together. I didn't even really predict that she was pregnant. No, she doesn't look it. But of course, it could just be too early to show. And if she is, does Whiskey know? It really didn't sound like it. What do I care, though? Oh, aside from the fact that I may be working with a pregnant woman who will have a baby in the near future, this place isn't exactly up to modern safety standards. The slightest possibility that this might be the case only makes me worry. I have to do a better job than what I usually do. Safe so far? The movers work efficiently, even when they're left alone, and they do quick work of their responsibilities. The head foreman comes standing in the doorway to consult me on this or that, and I have to go and help out every now and then. But they pretty much have everything up to standards. They strip lunch entirely, not even realizing when they do so. Nevertheless, all is well, as the butler gets to heating up the leftover bubble and squeak from breakfast. I made a generous batch of fish and chips for them. What is it? Bubble and squeak. Sorry. I'm educating myself. Bubble and squeak. It is a dish. Bubble and squeak is a British dish made from cooked potatoes and cabbage. Oh, I've had that. For sure, for sure. So, I don't know. Maybe I didn't, but it sounds like something I've had. Love potato-based dishes. That sounds good. Potatoes and cabbage, huh? Dude, oh man, it's been so long, but my dad used to cook me, kimchi potato pancakes, which is just potatoes and kimchi like fried. And it's pan fried, and it's so good. Yeah, potatoes are a great vegetable. Obviously not the healthiest, but it's good stuff. Nevertheless, all as well as the butler gets to eat. Yeah, I read that. Most likely simple in comparison to what he serves to the right, but well done nonetheless.
That smells good. Want to wrap up some for me to go?
It's an idle observation more than anything. My thoughts, as they are, preoccupy me.
If there are any left. One can't go wrong with fish and chips. Everyone loves them. Even my husband. And he's American.
Okay, two things. First, I forgot about the fish and chips. Dude, who doesn't? It's true, who doesn't like fish and chips? You know, no shame if you actually don't, but it's just a solid food. I mean, I'll be honest, at least for like... I mean, my fish and chips range hasn't been like high. Like, I've had it in a couple different places, but generally I can't really taste the difference between cod and haddock. Obviously, halibut tastes different. Just the texture usually. I don't even like really care for it as much as the others, even though people love it. But yeah, fish and chips is great. Also, Johannes is gay. I mean, I guess you could see that coming. There's a lot of relationship diversity in this series so far. You know, Hannah's bi, Marianne's bi, maybe? Sounds like she's kind of bi, though she's never been with a girl. Huh? Cool. American. I really do hate getting so up close and personal with my clients. It's a distraction. It's obvious to me that I've gotten my priorities all wrong when I can't help thinking about what I heard, but I learned about the right couple. I'm sorry. How long are you gonna stick it in my face that I fucked up? I'm sorry. These things have a way of creeping up on a person, the thoughts, ideas, whether they are fact or fiction. They creep up and fester, crawl and writhe in a way that twists. I hear diddling, delighted and mocking. They creep up and... Okay, I thought I was about to get jump scared, though it seems next slide's down to be a jump scare. The sensation of fingers ghostly briefly on my arm caused me to freeze and hiss.
Don't!
Jesus. I half expect her to be there.
Whoa, no need to scream bloody murder.
I misread it.
It's just me. Quiet down before you break glass.
But it's just whiskey.
Don't do that again. Ever.
I don't like being scared, though I don't believe in things. I don't believe in the lights of spooks. Being startled is not on the top of the list of things Marianne liked. What do you mean you don't believe in the lights of spooks? You literally freaking saw a ghost last night. I mean, maybe she just thinks it's in her head, but like, come on, dude. You know, I think it's natural not to believe in ghosts, but if you see a freaking ghost, then I feel like you should at least kinda believe it. Lucky for him, I have nothing within reach, or he would have gotten on friendly terms with something like a rolling pin.
What was with that reaction? Were you really scared? Has Johann's been telling you ghost stories? He just loves to scare people.
Love your creepy voice.
Isn't that right, Brother Gurium?
The butler's expression is unreadable. I hardly see any emotion on his face to begin with, since I started working for the Wrights, aside from vague amusement. There must have been something there, though, judging from Mr. Wright's own content look. The expression on Mr. Wright's face is almost cruel. But neither of them spoke, even as Johannes leaves the room to serve the workers their late lunch.
So, now that we're alone, Marianne, what are you so jumpy for?
I was just thinking about all the urban legends the movers have been telling me about this place.
So how late is this lunch? It looks like the sun's setting.
Don't tell me you believe in that tosh. They're nothing but tales made up to scare children.
I'm surprised Luke hasn't seen anything, at least up to this day. What day is it? Not that yet. Oh, 26. Yeah. No. I don't know where we are. 25? I think we're on the 26. Whatever.
Timmy, Billy, don't you dare go up to that big mansion and get in trouble there. The ghosts are going to get you.
Okay, dude.
That's a boring way to look at it, but that's usually what it is anyway, no? Like I said, I was just thinking.
It would be a relief. Actually, if those rumors of this place being haunted is true, that just means I'm not going bonkers. Hearing, let alone seeing a dead person isn't exactly the symptoms of a healthy mind. Well, that answers my question if she doesn't believe in ghosts. Sure, it means there would be such things as ghouls and goblins, but at least I'd be sane. On the other hand, there would actually be a dead girl walking around.
If you could excuse the inane question, Mr. Wright, you haven't noticed anything weird here?
It's too big-headed to notice anything. Imagine if that was the case, there's just spooky stuff around him and he just doesn't notice. A simple enough question on the surface, yet I notice the man stiffen at the question as the question leaves my mouth. I wouldn't have noticed if I wasn't watching his reactions intently, but in his eyes I see something dangerous. Okay, well, maybe he is facing some spooky shit.
It depends on your definition of the word weird. Are we still on the topic of this place being haunted? Because no, things have not started to fly around and we have yet to require an exorcism. I don't think my head would like to do the whole 180-degree turn thing.
I'd love to see it though. Spit out some green goo on me, baby.
Well, maybe that, but no strange people?
No creepy ghost ladies?
Aside from my usually weird butler and all the weird men traipsing around touching my things? No, not really. Why do you ask? Have you noticed anyone strange while you were here? Because you must report it to Johans and he'll have security handle it.
Dude, I'd love to watch Johans beat the shit out of the ghost.
But these reports better not be about ghosts and things that go bump in the night. I don't want to waste manpower on the boogeyman or senseless witch hunts.
I'll keep that in mind, Mr. Wright. But no, it's nothing like that. I guess the mansion is just strange for me. It's a unique project.
No strange men or women lurking about then?
Kind of. A dead teenager would technically qualify as strange. Has Marianne seen Kyoto? Or has she only seen, I mean, no, she has seen her, but only in freaking spooks like that radio scare. But yeah, the whole I see dead people thing isn't going over well.
None that I know of. But I'll inform Johans immediately if something comes up.
I'm serious, Mint. You see anything, anyone suspicious, and you report it. Immediately.
Interesting. Maybe he's thinking like the police are investigating him like Ashton is. So it seems like maybe he hasn't been seeing spooky shit, but like since people are catching on to whatever crimes he's hiding.
I think that goes without saying.
Just judging from the reaction. The concern he have on the talk of security is quickly gone. His arrogance somewhat smirk returns, if a bit subdued. Whatever smarky remark or innuendo he has at the ready never comes though, as voices from the dining hall ring out.
So, is this a full-time job for you then?
Nah, I just freelance mostly.
Oh,
Magazines, newspapers, and events. So you can't really call it a full-time job.
okay, so this is when Zachary's doing the interview thing. Yeah. It is the 25th. Okay, so freaking Luke knows about it. Why was he getting pissy when we told him the truth that we were with Zachary? What if he lied? Because he freaking knows we're talking with him.
It's fun and it puts food on the table, but it's not what I really want to do. At least not all the time.
That would be the magazine photographer, I presume. As always, Mrs. Wright talks in such a kind and cheery fashion, no matter who she was talking about. To be fair, she was purposely flirting with him for a while, until I made her stop. It certainly puts people at ease around her. It sounds like it's working on the photographer too. Hearing them though seems to put Mr. Wright in a sour mood. Aw, he's jealous. At least if his small scowl is anything to go by. Is he jealous? Maybe Leiden? Maybe asking him directly is too much.
You're not gonna go out there and join Mrs. Wright?
Fuck! Fuck, I'm so bad at this game. God damn it, dude. I should have asked him.
You're starting to look strained. If you want your picture taken so badly, I'm sure the photographer...
I forgot Marianne's so stupid. Didn't we have a choice recently that I got pissed off about? Because Marianne just reacted dumb? Why, that's not what it... I thought she was just trying to crack a freaking joke or something. What is this?
What is it that you want to do then?
Film. Documentaries mostly. But cinematography is a lot more difficult than photography, right?
God damn it, we're nuking the relationship, and I don't even want to, dude.
I was working on the thing, actually.
I'm so interested in seeing the tree later and just seeing how many bad choices I made.
We need to get you away from the butler. You're starting to sound like him. No, I'm not joining Hana for an interior design magazine photo. What am I, a piece of furniture?
Should have asked him. Now he's more insecure.
Look, did a lot of you have anything else crucial to do today? Marianne.
There are still some little things to do. It isn't the end of the day yet.
Yes, but you're paid hourly, aren't you? Per day? Really, I don't care. You and the others can just take off for the day.
Why is he dismissing us early all of a sudden? Is this about the possible security threat? Did my question get him all wary and paranoid that he would just send the workers and I away? I realize that threats are of actual concern to these rich and powerful people. I imagine whether anyone wants to or not, they did a few enemies here and there. But I'm sure the foreman and his work can be trusted and never no threat. What are you? Dude, you just said he looked disappointed or sad. Well, at least I trust the people I'm working with. I understand if he doesn't know them for a can of paint. A can of paint. Still, won't it be safer if there are people around who can watch their back?
You're the boss. My being paid by the day aside, I won't be held responsible for any significant delay caused by your decisions. I'll try to get around that, of course, but I'll just remind you of the fact.
Whatever, take forever with the house. I don't give a bloody damn. Don't you worry, you're still getting your money. Just go crawl around a pub and find yourself a good lay.
Good one. Paranoid or aggravated as he might be, the conversation certainly didn't have to word that sort of remark. It was a nice shot, though. Come on, you gotta call it like you see it.
Maybe I will.
Not the best on that. Walking out of the kitchen, I just accept the fact that whatever he says will go while under his roof. Miss Wright and the photographer are still far too busy in conversation to even notice me, even as I make my way through the dining hall. Besides, I don't want to ruin their fun.
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like Blue Fonzie very much.
People don't like a film about colors. I suppose they would have liked Blue Bibby a lot more.
So lame. Going to the foyer has me stumble upon the family butler once more, who raises a brow at my presence.
And where are you off to in a hurry, Miss McCulloch? The foreman is looking for you.
The Bratwurst wants us off the clock. He's dismissing us early because of... Oh, I don't know. He just wants us out of here.
I'll go and call a cab for you then. It would be for the best that you leave when he asks you to.
I don't doubt it. Dude, I just fucked it up. Man, I'm pissed. I'm freaking pissed, dude. I ruined it. What if, like, we just gave Luke a bat? Then he's drinking after. Well, I mean, he would always drink, but we set him up to be in a worse mood, man. To keep her mind off things that haunted her, Marianne McCullough focused on assisting the Wrights during the move-in. Late afternoon, she was seen chatting with Luke Wright, who demanded she and the rest of her crew take an early leave. My ride back to the city doesn't take too long to get here. Granted, there are some difficulties at first because the driver didn't know where the Ermagerd mansion is. He tried to have us hand over GPS coordinates from our smartphones, or some other techno babble I didn't care about and the butler didn't understand. Man. I mean, I was like that too when I didn't know how to use a freaking Uber, dude. I was spooked, but turns out it's pretty easy. But as soon as we told him it's the haunted mansion over in Ansem Village, he knew just the place. And finally headed over, albeit with some hesitation. Thank you, thank you. Honestly, good day in the mansion. Nothing spooky happened. All the way back to the city, the driver keeps complaining about that place giving him the willies. It gives me willies too. I would have loved to snap at him. But as soon as the thought occurs to me, another blossoms in the forefront of my mind. One that somehow bothered me greatly, more than my exasperation over whiskey and this project, or wanting all of it to stop. There's been no Lorraine whispering over my ears today. We locked her up in the cellar. Worse, I find myself searching for it. Searching for her. Damn new urethral... Loose ends, fucking bloody loose ends everywhere. I don't know why we're saying. I thought I've already moved past this years ago. And it does nothing to help me curb my frustration. If anything, it only ensures that I want a stiff drink. And where else do I go to drink? Back to the bar. The crawl bar. Tuesdays are for karaoke and Wednesdays, improv. Oh no. Definitely not an improv guy. Usually these four guys who did their hilarious games, the one with Irish drinking sounds, are always a crowd favorite. Well, I love a good laugh. Stand-up comedy isn't my thing. Yo, join the club. And without Cam or Haruna, or any other distractions, I end up drinking a lot more this time. And whereas there's several bottles of beer in me, I get really, really embarrassing.
Hey, G! Psst. G, come over here. I need you for something.
Ooh. It's a good thing that the bartender is a nice fellow. I'd probably have been kicked out of another place by now, or worse. If push comes to shove, all he would do is give me an easy smile and a shake of his head, even when he's attending to other customers. Just like now.
Give me a moment, will ya? I gotta go check on her.
He's some Asian guy. My man. And I'm pretty sure I've seen him here before a couple of times. Although he never talks to anyone else except G. Oh! Wait, I don't know. Isn't it that guy that's friends with Luke? Yeah. The drawers used to be all over him too, but he always turned them away.
I'll be here. You go do
Oh
that
wait,
before she
dude,
falls over.
I was trolling. The voice of the bartender sounds like that friend, the friend Rochelle's husband. But I was gonna say Ashton, but I got confused because I heard the voice line and it's like obviously that's not Ashton. But here he is, Asian Joe.
Oh, do you need someone to help you get home?
What? Yo, he has a Sprite. Bartender G. Here you go.
All right. What is it? Do you need someone to help you get home?
There you go. Doesn't he sound like him? Too bad I can't like just go to his voice lines, but
Bartender, pour the wine.
I think that's enough alcohol for you, little missy. I'm cutting you off.
blessed. A whine comes from the back of my throat as he pulls my bottle away. I have no hope of getting them back once they're behind the counter. Even in my drunken mind, I don't dare hop over it for them. Because what little sense I have left knows I'd sooner take a floor dive than succeed at wresting a bottle from a sober man. But that doesn't stop me from trying to reach out with my arms like the stupid idiot anyway. He smiles and shakes his head, just like I knew he would, before going back to the other guy.
Right now, where were we? How you holding up, boy?
With no drink and no one to really chat with, I would have gone home or gone to sleep on the bar right then and there. But I'm not ready to stand up and try to trek back home just yet.
Same old. I'm still on the Luxborn firm case.
Ooh, getting some... Finally seeing what this big case is about.
Those blokes they talk about being in dark suits, whisking people into the night or some shit and all that.
Oh shit. What?
Didn't the media call it some ridiculous name in the morning news?
What is it this time? Wait, don't answer that. They've called it a lot of things. As long as people don't start running around claiming they're the Illuminati.
So people kidnapping other people in Luxembourg.
So, what have you got for me this time?
Interesting.
G? Anything good?
That doesn't connect to anything we know so far, but obviously Ashton thinks it has something to do with the rights, which maybe, I mean, obviously we know it's not Hana, but Loot's obviously sketch.
Slow down there. You haven't even told me what sort of dealing dosh we got. Who are you looking into this time?
The talk would have interested me, but it kept my attention if I gave a damn. But in my current state, I can barely give two fucks about things going on around me. All those words are just buzzing, barely surfacing from the sea of sounds that is the pub. And it would have stayed that way, perhaps even drowned, if I didn't hear his name.
Luke Wright. You know the guy. And don't pretend like you don't, G. It takes a special kind of ignorant not to know who he is.
That smug blonde who likes throwing round his money. He was just here a few days ago, as a matter of fact. Great tipper, if you think him just dumping a wad of cash on the counter after having too much whiskey counts as tipping.
I mean, why wouldn't it be, bro?
Why are you asking? He dirty?
You have no idea, G. He's probably the worst sort you can imagine.
Luke fucking right. Fucking whiskey. Even without him around, I'm still hearing about the guy. What the absolute fuck? Despite this, I find myself getting up and sauntering over to join them before I pipe up.
Is this smart talk about Luke fucking right I'm hearing, eh?
So awkward.
Private conversation here, lady.
There's only amusement on G's face. The Asian guy, he starts to look ticked off as hell.
Don't worry, Holmes. She's clean. And she might be able to help you with your, predicament.
Course. A drunk's just stumbled through here with what I need. Get real, G. No offense, lady, but you're smashed.
I know, right? Nothing beats being drunk after a hard day's work. Especially when you're working for Mr. Luke Wright.
Ooh.
So, she works for the guy? Doesn't that make her, I don't know, suspect?
See, have a little faith in me, why don't ya? I don't have much, and you might as well have something to go off. You're the one who was so desperate to come running to me for business.
Yoo-hoo! Still right here, fellas. 5'11". Can't miss me. Unlike Shorty over here.
Okay. Going off, bro. 5'11" gained.
What's with that mad look? You want to dance, boy? You don't look like you can bust a groove.
I mean, that's just untrue. He definitely looks like he can bust a groove.
Maybe a leg, but with that fancy coat of yours.
To add insult to injury, I moved directly behind him, used the top of his head as an armrest. Oh, that's cute. I can imagine that. I always like that when they do that in media. But when he shoots me off, I plop into the seat next to him.
Don't try me. You can hardly stay on your feet. We don't want to ruin your fancy coat, do we?
Ah, children, the both of ya. But you're still standing after all that, are ya? Matt, you see this giantess? She's a legendary regular here. Been treating like there's no tomorrow.
Legendary, man.
I'm a bit jealous. Can't do that anymore or my liver will give out on me. Good with the mic, too. Don't see you much recently, but I guess you're always busy, aren't you? You're some fancy designer or something, if I remember correctly.
Wait, I know you. You were at the open house for the mansion.
True. You were the cringy guy with the cringy, ringtone.
Yeah, that's right. Marianne McCulloch.
Jesus.
Interior designer extraordinaire. Ooh, that rhymes. Anyway, you guys were talking about that weenie Luke Wright, right?
Or something. Can't really talk about it.
Shut up, dude.
I don't even know if I can trust you, even if G said you're clean. But anything would be of help.
Well, I don't gossip about my clients, if that's all there is to this.
You wanted to gossip about me a few minutes ago, Marianne.
And that was the beer talking, not Marianne.
You won't mind if we ask the beer a few questions then?
Oh no, I hope we don't use the fact that Hannah might be pregnant. That's really actually fucked up.
Maybe. Depends on who's asking and what they're asking. But seriously, that guy is abso-fucking-lutely frustrating.
It's 'cause my freaking bar's too low. Fuck me, dude.
One moment, he's an absolute dickhead. And then he's acting like an actual decent human being the next. I just can't figure him out. I can't imagine how that pretty wife of his can put up with him. If I were her, I'd dump his flat arse straight up.
And I'm not just saying that because I think Hannah's pretty or anything. Luke is attached to, they both are. But I really cannot, for the love of all things, totally see how they even work out together.
So, Luke Wright, have you noticed anything strange about him while you were working with him? Anything peculiar? Of note?
You're the one being peachy right about now, Holmes. But nah, nothing that comes to mind off the top of my head. He's just like most rich, smarmy arseholes and then some.
A giggle bubbles up and I press my cheek against the quote counter, top with my eyes shut tight just because. Eventually cracking one eye open, just in case they thought I was asleep, I grim at Holmes.
So, Holmes, I'm guessing you're some private detective or something.
A little more serious than that.
Is it Hannah? Did she pay you to look if he's been cheating or some such?
Hannah's the wife, right? What about her? How is she?
How is she or how is she? Well and good.
True. Kind of. I mean, I wouldn't say she's well and good, but she is well and good.
Definitely the nicer of the two and sexy as sin to boot. Not a private detective, then? Are you from one of them tabloids wanting to know if the Luke Wright doesn't know how to put his pants on right? Pants. I'd take the pants off of...
Please stop. Here we go. Slipping. I haven't been this drunk in such a long time. It's a miracle I've been coherent for as long as I've been right now.
I'm asking you if you've noticed any odd behavior from her.
Odd behave... You what? I wonder how she'd be drunk. I can just imagine her like the giggly sort. What do you think?
These are serious questions, Marianne. Lives might just be at stake here.
Bro, you're talking to a super drunk lady. How is she gonna take anything seriously?
What do you expect? She's smashed.
There you go. My boy G, he knows.
Why am I even doing this? This is getting me nowhere, G. She's not a reliable source. The chief, let alone the courts, aren't going to take the word of a drunk. This'll be dismissed, and I might be in trouble if they try to argue that I coerced a testimony out of her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a drunk testimony is not viable.
This is a fucking train wreck.
You're a fucking train wreck now, if you ask me.
Get him.
Maybe it's about time you apply the brakes and stop for a bit.
The wave of despair that comes over both of them is palpable. If feelings had a taste, it'd be bitterer than the bowl I'm full of. And it gets me thinking, though thinking doesn't get me far with too much shite in my system.
No, that's not an option. Thanks for being patient, McCullough. Good luck with your work on that mansion.
Speaking of that mansion, there's something going on in that place. Something.
Well, maybe this helps Ashton believe Isabella too. Because everyone's freaking talking about the truce.
As ocht day! No wonder Mr. Wright likes it so much. It's as fishy as he is. Rotten bloke. Maybe that Santos girl is really onto something, eh? Suspicious shite, I'm telling ya. Explains why she's so reluctant.
Dropping Isabella's name.
What do you mean that Santos girl is onto something?
Before I get another word out, there's hands on my shoulder and everything starts to spin. I quickly slap his hands away the best I can and send him the foulest look I can muster.
Take your hands off me, pipsqueak. I'm not a lady who's shaken or stirred unless you want me up chucking on your pretty hair.
Jesus.
But it's just like I said. Are you sure you aren't brain damaged or deaf? Santos girl from BRC showed us this creepy letter. You know, just like those spam stuff you get in your emails. And we thought it was some joke or that the girl was just a bit too green to handle a big sale like that. You should have seen the look on their faces when they saw it. Whiskey, that's Luke fucking right, you get me? And the missus didn't look too happy either. I should have taken a picture and posted it everywhere.
I wonder. I mean, we have that as our thumbnail for a picture, but like, I didn't notice that. I thought like, obviously they just looked pissed because, I mean, Hana looked more like, what is this? Like, it's just some sort of prank, but I wonder if like, Luke's face was more serious, like he knew what it was. But I don't know.
When rich snobs give you that face, no wonder the Santos girl went all mental on us.
You're pushing the limits. Don't say that too much.
Working with them does that, you know? I think I'm about to.
I'm still there's still the ship I'm actually, to be honest, the ship I'm aiming for most is still Hana and Luke and saving their marriage, but Isabella and Ashton is also pretty fun to do.
I'm not mental yet, am I? Anyway, just like I said, in that man... Hey, you okay? Holmes? You're looking a bit shaky yourself there.
And he really is pale, paler than before at least. I can see the gears turning in his head on overtime. Suddenly he shoves a card in my hand. Oh, and on it his name, Ashton Frey, and his number. But he has second thoughts as he grabs it from me and slips it into my pocket.
You're cute, pretty boy. But I prefer blondies.
Yeah, you think that really got him worked up?
Well, you're not exactly my type either, lady. But listen to me. If something comes up, don't do anything rash. If you think you're in danger or if you see anything suspicious, call me and the authorities as soon as possible. You understand me? That's 99...
I know what the damn emergency number is.
Right, 999. Good.
999 in the UK, huh? In Canada, it's 911. I think that's the same in the US.
Anyway, I have to run. See you, G.
That guy is quick on his feet, already up and at him as soon as the numbers leave his lips. Got a little journal uppy. All right, here. The interior designer once again drank her frustrations away at the crawl bar, albeit heavily intoxicated. He was seen chatting with Ashton Frey, a detective inspector working for the LPD, and Luke Wright, before abruptly leaving. The detective left her his calling card. Watching him as he maneuvers through the crowd of the other pub goers is going to tire me out. Fast as he can, he's out the door and throws us a smile, and that's all we get before he's gone. Just like that.
Oi, what about your drink, boy? I'll go put it on your tab then.
Holmes boy always like that, G?
Pretty much. But what about you? I suppose I'll put your drinks on your tab too. Don't want you to spill your wallets when you look like you're close to spilling yourself.
Yeah, and if it's fine by you, I think I'll go take a bit of a cat nap here. Just for a sec or two.
Go right ahead. I'll wake you when I close up shop.
That's it. That's it. Sorry. No spoots today, boys. We made it. Hey, we made it to page 3. Here, enjoy some Marianne snoring ASMR for a second. But yeah, that's kind of wrap up this session. Pretty fun episode. You know, we fucked up on the choices a lot. You hate to see it. Luke is under. I think he's the first character that's under, right? Actually, yeah. I failed you, Luke. Bro, the loot bar on Hana is just so low. Well, it happened, dude. But yeah, that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and next time we'll see if anything spooky happens during the night, or are we going to be good. But yeah, until then, see ya.